It's never too late. That's the name of one of the most powerful episodes in all of Batman. The animated series. It tells a story not about a costumed supervillain or a maniacal clown, but about a man, an aging mob boss named Arnold Stromwell, who finds himself at a crossroads. This isn't just a crime story. It's a deep, emotional journey about regret, family, and the faint, flickering hope of redemption, even when it seems all light has gone out. Today, we're diving deep into the noir-soaked streets of Gotham to explore this masterpiece of animated storytelling. The episode opens with Gotham in the grip of a mob war. Two titans of the underworld, Arnold Stromwell and Rupert Thorne, are locked in a brutal struggle for control. But for Stromwell, the war on the streets is suddenly overshadowed by a personal crisis. His son, Joseph, has gone missing. The weight of his violent life is crashing down on him all at once. As his driver navigates the city, Stromwell is lost in a memory, a haunting flashback to his childhood at a train yard. He sees himself as a young boy with his little brother, Michael. They're just kids, playing near the tracks. Suddenly, Arnold's foot gets stuck. The train is barreling down on him. Panic sets in. At the very last second, he wrenches his foot free and leaps to safety, only to be met by the blinding lights of another train on the adjacent track. The flashback cuts off, leaving us with the image of those headlights, a symbol of impending doom that has followed him his entire life. Meanwhile, in a quiet church, Batman meets with a priest, Father Michael. This isn't a random meeting. Batman tells the priest, "The time has come. Arnold will need you." We soon learn this priest is none other than Michael Stromwell, Arnold's younger brother. The seeds of a complex family drama are sown. Batman isn't just fighting crime. He's orchestrating a desperate intervention for a man's soul. Back in the criminal underworld, Rupert Thorne extends an olive branch, or so it seems. He invites Arnold to a local diner to discuss a truce. It's a classic mob setup. As the meeting unfolds, Batman, ever the master of stealth, bugs the diner. He then watches from the Batmobile as Stromwell arrives, walking into a clear trap. Inside, the tension is thick. Once their men leave, Arnold confronts Thorne, his voice filled with a father's rage and fear. He's convinced Thorne is behind his son's disappearance. "Where is he, Thorne? Where's my boy?" But Thorne, a man with his own twisted code of honor, coolly denies it. "I don't get involved with family, Arnold. You know that." For a moment, Stromwell lets his guard down. As Thorne makes his exit, the lights in the diner suddenly go out. And then, a massive explosion rips the building apart. As Thorne and his crew drive away, celebrating their apparent victory, a sound cuts through the night. Out of the smoke and rubble, a familiar figure jumps from rooftop to rooftop, moving like a shadow. It's Batman, with Arnold Stromwell slung over his shoulder, having saved him from certain death. But this rescue is not about simply saving a life. It's about saving a soul. Batman doesn't take Stromwell to a safe house. Instead, he begins a grim tour through the city, forcing the mob boss to confront the legacy of his actions. He shows him the ruined businesses, the grieving families, the lives shattered by his criminal empire. "This is your world, Stromwell." Batman's voice is low, accusatory. "Your greed, your violence, it has to end. Tonight." Their journey ends at a place called the Sunrise Foundation, a drug rehabilitation center. Stromwell, confused and angry, resists. "Why here?" As he tries to turn away, Batman slams his fist into the wall right next to his head, the impact echoing the finality of his words. "You're going in." Inside, the reason becomes devastatingly clear. Lying in one of the beds, pale and weak from addiction, is his son, Joseph. And sitting by his side, her face a mask of sorrow and exhaustion, is his ex-wife, Connie. The war for turf, the explosions, the power plays it, all evaporates. In this single, heartbreaking moment. This is the true cost of his life. The son he was desperately searching for was lost not to a rival mobster, but to the despair that his own world created. But Batman's intervention isn't over. He takes the broken man to an old building near the very same railroad yard from his childhood memories. This is where Stromwell keeps the ledgers, the proof of his entire criminal enterprise. The papers that could bring it all down. Here Stromwell says, handing over a file. But it's another trick, a last, desperate attempt to hold on to his old life. As Batman glances at the fake documents, Stromwell pulls a gun. Before he can act, a smoke bomb floods the room. It's Chalos. Thorne's men, realizing Stromwell survived, storm the building to finish the job. In the disorienting smoke, Batman becomes a phantom, taking out the goons one by one with brutal efficiency. Thorne, listening from his car, grows more and more furious as his men are systematically defeated. Stromwell escapes the fight, scrambling down into the dark, labyrinthine train yard below. He hides, hearing Thorne's men searching for him. The sounds of the trains, the screeching of metal, it all triggers the flashback again. This time, we see the full, terrible truth of that day. As young Arnold jumped from the first track, he landed right in the path of the second train. His little brother, Michael, pushed him out of the way, but in doing so, lost his own leg. The memory isn't just of Arnold's near-death experience, it's the memory of his brother's sacrifice. And then, out of the shadows of the present, a figure approaches. It's Father Michael, his brother. He's been waiting. Michael doesn't preach. He just talks to his brother, man to man. He reminds him of the path he chose, the pain it caused, and the chance he has now. It's not about you anymore, Arnie, he says, his voice filled with a lifetime of love and sorrow. Do it for Joseph. Do it for me. Just as this moment of reckoning reaches its peak, Rupert Thorne finally spots them. He raises his gun, ready to end it all. But from above, Batman descends, tackling Thorne and putting an end to his reign of terror. As the police sirens wail in the distance and officers swarm the yard, Arnold Stromwell, no longer a mob boss but just a man, steps forward. He looks at the arresting officer and says, with newfound resolve, I have a statement to make. The episode ends there, with Stromwell choosing to confess, to dismantle his own empire, and to finally face the consequences of his life. It's Never Too Late isn't just a great Batman story. It is a profound piece of television that explores the darkest corners of the human heart and suggests that even there, a glimmer of light can be found. It proves that the most compelling battles Batman fights aren't always against supervillains, but for the very soul of Gotham City, one person at a time. What did you think of this incredible episode? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like and subscribe for more content. See you next time.